Hello friends, welcome to the fourth lecture of our Docker series. Myself Manjeet Kaur and today we will learn the different ways of running containers. First of all, we need to know what the version is of the Docker. So we will hit enter Docker version command and then we will get to know that there are versions of the Docker client and the Docker server. As told in the Docker architecture video, that there are different parts of the Docker architecture and client and server are two of them and their version are listed here. Now next we will see the currently running containers by the docker ps command. Since there are no running containers, let's see if there are any previous containers by -a, and there are no. So what we will do, we will create containers. So how we can create containers? We need image in order to run them, and eventually it will form a container when we run that image. So let's check, do we have any images with us or not? So we don't have any image. So what we will do, we will pull an image from the Docker registry, which is the third part of the Docker architecture. So how we can get those images? I will search for the Docker Hub, which is the Docker registry in the Firefox web browser. And what we will do, we will explore this site. We will see that there is Docker Enterprise version, we have Docker Community version with us, we have Docker's containers or the images we have, there are various plugins, but we won't focus on all of them. We will just look onto the containers which have our official images that we can eventually pull them. So what we will do, we will pull this Ubuntu image, and how we can pull this, there is a command docker pull Ubuntu, which we can even copy from here as well, and then going back to our terminal, we will paste that command here and we will pull the Ubuntu. So we'll see that there are four different layers that are being downloaded. So we must know that there are layers to the image, why there are, what are their role. We can learn that eventually later, but for the time being you must know that there are layers to an image that we can use. Now we have a status as latest, and when we will list images, we have Ubuntu with the tag latest, and it was created 4 weeks ago, and its size, it is being mentioned here. Now we will run this container. So docker run and then our image name, docker run Ubuntu. So now we will check our running containers. It is not in the running containers, and we will check for in all the containers, and we will see that Ubuntu is here. Now if we want to run any container whose image is not present in our local machine, what we can do, we can just simply run it. Like let's say we want to run hello world image, that can eventually form a container. So we will hit enter. First of all, this command will find the image in our local machine. If it is unable to find that, it will go to the Docker registry, the third part of the Docker architecture, and eventually download the image and then run it for us. And then we can see the list of containers, and hello world is also there. Now we can check the various containers and images that are present by the docker info command. So it will tell us how many containers do we have, how many images do we have, stopped running, paused containers. So there are paused and unpaused containers. We can even pause any container and unpause it eventually. And we have an interactive mode of a container as well, like docker run -it is for the interactive mode, and then Ubuntu. Then it will eventually uh, it will it will generate a interactive TTY terminal for us, where we can run various commands like ls, and then we can create any directory, let's say Vana, and then we can list also here is what we created. And it is an interactive shell for the Ubuntu Docker container, and we can do various things inside the container. Another concept of Docker container is that there are attached and detached mode when we are running containers. So attached mode is when you see the logs being generated when you are running the container, but in the detached mode, you won't see any log in front of the terminal. In fact, the prompt will be generated so that you can interact with the terminal, and all the running container, the stuff would be happening in the background, not in upfront in the terminal. So let's check that as well. Docker run -d is for the detached mode of an Ubuntu, let's say Ubuntu, and you won't get anything, just an ID, and the prompt would be generated in order to interact with the terminal instead. So that's all about how can we run containers. In the next lectures, we will learn what is Dockerfile, how to create that, and various stuffs.